Good day, class. Here we go again. Last meeting we discussed about the component of aggregate demand, and this week we are going to discuss about the aggregate supply. Without any further ado, in this lesson, at the end of this lesson, you are expected to be able to define what aggregate supply is. You are expected to be able to identify the different factors affecting aggregate supply. And of course, you are expected to be able to explain the aggregate supply curve. And finally, you are all expected to be able to differentiate long-run aggregate supply and short-run aggregate supply. What is aggregate supply? Aggregate supply refers to the total production or total output of goods and services produced by the domestic economy within its territorial boundary within a specific time period. So what does this mean? The GDP is the production within the Philippines, either by Filipino nationals or foreigners, as long as it is done, the production is done within the Philippines. Territorial boundary, again, I want to highlight this one. This is a review from our previous discussion. Territorial boundary are those part of the domain of the Republic of the Philippines which the Philippine government has sovereignty. This includes the embassies of the Philippines in other countries, and this excludes the embassies of other countries in the Philippines. For example, the US Embassy, the British Embassy, the Japanese Embassy in the Philippines. Any production, either output or goods or services produced inside these embassies are not computed part of the GDP of the Philippines. Therefore, it is not included in the computation of aggregate supply of the domestic economy of the Republic of the Philippines. Then specified time period, specific time period is refers to again either semi-annual, quarterly, or annual. And aggregate supply is considerably equal to aggregate demand, meaning the total production is equal to the aggregate demand or what is being demanded by the entire population, or the consumers of the economy of the Republic of the Philippines, and therefore it is equal to the real GDP of the Philippines. This how aggregate supply looks like. Again, at the x-axis is our independent variable, the general price level, and at the y-axis is our dependent variable, which is the output. And of course, our vertex is always 0. Now, let's take a look at the aggregate supply curve. If you notice, our aggregate supply curve is sloping upward. This is because there is a positive relationship between output and general price level. So what does this mean? Positive relationship means in every change or in every increase of our general price level, there is a corresponding increase of our output. That is aggregate supply. Okay? And don't forget, aggregate supply curve does not start at here. It always higher than zero because there's no such thing as zero general price level. We can still have output here. Again, there's no such thing as zero general price level. Let's proceed. Okay. The comparison between long run and short run aggregate supply. In this side, this is the aggregate supply curve for short run. And at this side is the aggregate supply curve for short run. If you notice, the aggregate supply curve at the short run period is sloping upward. This shows that during short run, there is a positive relationship between price and between the general price level and the output. This is because during the short run, some of the factors of production are not capable to adjust in any change of the general price level. These are the fixed costs, such as the rentals. While in the long run aggregate supply curve, the aggregate supply curve is a straight vertical line. This means in the long run, all of the factors of production is now capable to adjust to any changes of the general price level. That is why the general price level does not affect the level of production. And it is assumed that during the long run aggregate supply, the economy is operating in a full employment status. So again, aggregate supply curve during short run, there are some factors of production which are not capable to adjust to any changes in the price level. That is why it shows an upward sloping. It reacts to the change of price level, while in the long run, it no longer react to any change in the price level because all factors of production are now capable to adjust to any changes of the general price level. Okay, what are the factors affecting aggregate supply? First, the changes of the unit labor cost. So what does this mean? For example, there is an increase of the salary or employees benefit. This would mean an increase of the cost of production. Therefore, any change of or any increase of salaries or in wages or employees benefit, there will be an effect on the aggregate supply because the cost of production increases. Therefore, the level of output decreases. Therefore, aggregate supply decreases. Next is the changes in the cost of other production inputs. This refers to the rentals of buildings and storage and the transportation costs and other costs of of production. If the rentals of storage and buildings used for production increases, then again, this increases the cost of production. Therefore, aggregate supply is affected. Same thing with the transportation cost. If transportation cost increases, then again, the cost of production increases. And once production cost increases, it always affects to the aggregate supply, which result to the decrease of the aggregate supply. Then third, the exchange rates. If the peso devaluate, meaning the imported raw materials become expensive. Therefore, again, when the exchange rate change, the peso devaluate, then the imported inputs of production becomes expensive. Therefore, there will be an increase of the production cost in the local economy. Therefore, it will result to the decrease of the level of output. That is why exchange rate is one of the factors affecting aggregate supply. Then the fourth one is the government taxation and subsidies. If there is a tax incentives or tax cut, this will reflect to a decrease of production cost. Then there will be an increase to the level of output. Therefore, the aggregate supply increases. On the other hand, if the government impose an increase in the taxation system of the nation, then it will affect to the aggregate supply of the economy. Same thing with subsidies. If the government provides subsidies to the firms, then the production cost of these firms decreases. Then the general output level or the aggregate supply increases. Then there are other factors affecting aggregate supply. First is the peace and order. If the peace and order of a locality or community or a municipio, for example, has worsened, then we can expect that production will decrease. No one will ever want to engage into business or production if there is a problem in the peace and order. Second, calamities. During typhoons, earthquakes, and other calamities, we can say that businesses or business firm temporarily stops production. That is why calamities affect aggregate supply. Third is the political instability or uncertainties. If we remember, well, we just celebrated the IDSA anniversary. If we recall, how many days IDSA revolution were? Then during that days, production within the parameter of IDSA had been affected. Some establishments, some manufacturing industries were closed. If there is rebellion, if there is riots, if there is protest, a massive protest against the sitting government, then some of the businesses will temporarily close production. Then this results to the decrease in the aggregate supply of an economy. And the technology and innovation. If the economy employs modern technology, we can expect that the aggregate supply increases because of technology application in production. Same thing with innovation. If firms, businesses innovates, then we can expect production increases. And lastly, the flow of capital. More capital inflows affects or result to productivity increase or margin increase in marginal productivity of a firm. It's very basic. More capital, more business expansion, more business operation, increase aggregate supply of an economy. So that's all for today. That's all for the aggregate supply. If you have some questions, queries, or for clarification, just send me a message or comment in the comment box. Thank you very much and have a nice day. God bless. Keep safe, everyone.